Okay, Moco is a new game just released by Supercell. It was kind of under the radar. Besides for like one or two videos made by content creators, it was very hidden and not really talked about. But Moco is actually fun. I like it a lot more than I liked Squad Busters. And honestly, I'm liking it more than I liked Boat Game. Boat Game has potential, but I'm just ignoring that for now. Moco is very fun. It's kind of like a Monster Hunter type game, but it's top down instead of first person. So you basically run around the map like fighting monsters with other people, collecting gear, getting better gear, fighting bosses and stuff like that. It's very fun. There's also going to be a PvP mode, it looks like, because there's the duels in the bottom right whenever you're picking your mode that you want to do. But I think I found the fastest way to level up gear in Moco when it comes to consistency, how long it takes, and just what the quantity is, like how much you actually get out of it. So, as you probably saw from the thumbnail, I had a run where I got 28 of the shards, the shard thingies. My brain just farted. I don't know what happened there. But so basically, what you want to do, the fastest way to get shards to basically level up your gear and whatnot and advance in the game is, first of all, look at all of the things. If there's an invasion going on, go to the one with an invasion. Invasions make it so quick and easy to get the shards. It makes it so quick because invasions, there's a pop-up every like 15 seconds or so after you defeat the first one with like the people in the world or whatever. You move on to the next one. You get so many shards. But if there's no invasions, go to a world. It can be any of the worlds. I've tried it on all of them. I just kind of cycle through as I go. Basically what you do, wherever you spawn in, you just take a loop around the island. Just one loop around. It normally takes like 5 minutes, and you do everything that you can to get shards on that loop. You don't turn around, you don't cut a corner or anything. You go through the whole loop, and on your way you do whatever missions there are, such as like helping the little tiki guy do his dance thing, helping move the research bots, helping a researcher like Luna, or just destroying the campfires, destroying a boss or mini boss, whatever it may be on the loop. Do it all. Don't turn around though. Don't go left. Don't go right. Just keep going around the loop. But do it once. Once you've done the full loop once, leave the world and go to the next world. Do the same thing on that world. And basically, and by the time that you've done that, you can go back to the other world, do the same thing, do another loop, and then everything will be back by then. It'll be like everything will be respawned and whatnot. Now, while you could just stay in the world and just keep running around, it's not effective because once you've gotten everything in the loop, it's gonna take a hot minute for it to spawn back, probably like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't know the exact time, but it takes a little while. So what I do is, well, obviously, like I said, if there's an invasion, do the invasion. Don't ignore the invasion. Invasions are so good when it comes to leveling up your gear and yourself. But like I said, you want to take one loop around the island or world that you're on. Do everything that you can without turning around, going left, going right. Stay on the path. And then do the same thing in the next world, and do the same thing in the next world, and do that in as many worlds as you can. And then once you've done them all, you should have about like 30, 40 shards after that. I kid you not, you should have so many. But even if you don't have the amount that you want, you can keep farming them. Go back to the first world, do it all again, just keep going. It's very quick. It's about like 4 to 5 minutes per world, I found. It's very easy. Compared to just camping and sitting in one world for like an hour, you'll get a lot more bang for your buck doing it this way. And like I said, invasions are important. You need to do the invasions if you want to level up and whatnot. Invasions are so good, and everybody in the world kind of does them and follows around. So it's really easy because everybody's there with you. There's like 10, 15 people running around with you doing the invasion. But at the same time, it's got so much reward to it. The amount of shards that you get from an invasion is insane. Normally for me, it's like For example, the invasion on the very first world, the village one or whatever, the shrine village, the invasion was like, it was what was it? It was like the boss guy. It was like an invasion for the boss or something. And basically it was just me and this group of like 10, 15 people running around the world, defeating the boss each time, which would take like 10 seconds. And every time we defeated the boss, it would give me like 4 shards. It would give me like 2 to 4 shards. I think my most I got was 4 or 5 out of 1. But it was just a ridiculous amount of shards. So basically, if there's not an invasion, basically just do the loop around the island and go to the next island, do the loop, do that strategy. It works really well. But if there's an invasion, do the invasion. That is the quickest way to level up, especially on the loop. If you just ignore all of like the small monsters and just go for the main things, just go for the main stuff. And by the way, if there is a green quest on the island, it is okay to leave the loop, but I strongly recommend just sticking to the loop, such as like Luna on the first world. If there's a Luna, I highly recommend going to the Luna because she also gives you a lot of stuff. Same thing with like the research bot, what's another good example? Don't go to what's his face that gives you the coffee. That's not that important, but everything else, if it's a green quest, I highly recommend doing it. But basically just stick to the loop, do the loop once around. Once you've done that, go to the next world, do it again, next world, do it again. It's about 4 to 5 minutes for each world, and out of each world you normally get like 2 to 4 shards, I would say. Maybe like 3 to 5. It's a pretty good amount of shards. So considering the amount of time it takes you to normally get shards in a world, and maybe like 10 for an hour, I would say. Doing this method, you get about 1 shard every minute, which is very, very good. Because instead of those 10 shards an hour, it turns into 60 shards in 1 hour, which is so much better. And honestly, you could almost max out the battle pass doing that. Anyway, that's all for this video. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please put them down below in the comments. Anyway, that's all for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Adios.